get absolute clarity throughout the organization, not just in the offices of you and the managers, absolute clarity throughout the organization on what is most important here. I want to show you the cover of a book because it illustrates graphically what we're going to be talking about. This is absolutely one of my favorite books by one of my favorite authors, which would be me. You see there's a row of red apples over here. You want that to be your competition. Can't tell the difference, just can't tell the difference. You want to be the green apple. What are the three things that if we excel, if we execute, if we do these three things right every time, all day long, we'll win? Now let me ask a much, much, much tougher question. We are nearly unanimous, if not unanimous, in our agreement that we have to get better every day. Everybody agrees. Well, we have to get better. It's an imperative. It's a requirement. Have to get better every day. What did you do yesterday that made you better? Well, we couldn't get better yesterday. We were slammed yesterday. You should have been there. The basic idea is, how do you separate yourself from the competition? How do you differentiate so clearly that the marketplace doesn't even see you as being in the same category? Those are as basic as it gets, but they're so good at the basics that they are cutting edge. Be the best at what matters most. How many of you said this to yourselves in the last year? How many of you have said this to yourselves in the last week? You know, I think we're making this whole thing way more complicated than it needs to be. Anybody? Were you guys just talking about that? You tell me your experience, which is generally the best answer, the best solution, the best idea, the simple one or the complicated one? It is so easy to make things complicated. It's tough to make things simple. But if we're interested in becoming more competitive, then that's one of the things that we have to do. See, when you make things simple, you get clarity. He taps me on the shoulder, I turn around, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, can you see me?" Because, I can see you. Why can't they see us? Now, here's the kicker. If you had asked any one of those employees, if you had said, "Hey, are you doing a good job?" what would every single one of them have said? Yes. Here's the problem. There was no clarity on what mattered most. How many of you are customers of Les Schwab? Raise your hands. Okay, a few of you, a dozen of you. Answer this for me. When you pull your car into a Les Schwab parking lot, what happens? They run to your car. This was not rehearsed. I love to imagine that at the end of the day, one day, they're all standing around the tire store and somebody says, "We sell tires. How can we set ourselves apart?" And I imagine some 18-year-old kid with grease on his face, and he's standing over there and he says, "I don't know. Maybe we could just run out there or something." Yes! Yes! Maybe you could just run out there or something. Great companies have great ideas and they take action on them. Now listen carefully. Mediocre companies also have great ideas. The difference is they don't take action on it. How many of you have something that you know you should do in your business? You know you should do it. It's the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. You are capable of doing it. It would make things better. And you're not doing it. Is it just me? Anybody else? Can I get a witness? The ideas that you will hear at this event are only of value if you take action. Michelangelo said the great danger for most of us is not that we will aim too high and miss it. The great danger for most of us is that we will aim too low and hit it. Thank you so much for having me. This is such a privilege. Aim high. Have a great time, gang. Thank you very, very much.